We're having an earthquake.
My whole house is shaking.
We're having an earthquake.
This is an earthquake.
I'm feeling, Judy, I feel it here.
Okay, let me just walk inside and see the kids.
All right. Well, okay. Judy broadcasts from home. She has her little grandchildren over today. She's going to make sure they're fine. But around the same time, Judy's in Monmouth County, and I'm here in Mercer County. Around the same time, Judy was feeling something. I was feeling something. That was Judy. I've never lived through an earthquake. That was an earthquake.
It's the second one. This happened once when I was on the air at the other station, 2011, with you. I was on the air in Neptune.
Oh, okay.
And but it wasn't that strong. The mic shook a little bit.
Everything shook right here. Everything shook right here.
And Tom, the long-haired guy, came in and said, "Oh, that was an earthquake." So now I just went and my grandkids are watching.
That one said in the swan.
I said, "Did you guys feel the house shaking a little bit?" And one of my grandsons said, "Yeah, Grandma, it was like we were in a washing machine." And he said, "What was that?" And I was thinking, like, maybe I'll lie, but there's no reason to lie.
We got to switch.
Yes.
With the people we have on the phone, we're just going to ask them, did you feel that?
I'm shaking.
Carol,
I'm shaking.
Carol's calling from Jackson, I think. Did you feel that, Carol?
No, I did not.
All right.
Oh, my God.
Calling about the Wawa.
Right. Okay.
My husband goes to Wawa every morning, twice in the morning. And that's how much he loves the coffee.
How old's your husband?
84.
Not too old to have a girlfriend. He's not going to Wawa. He has a girlfriend.
Well, actually, they had a small Wawa in Jackson up the street, but they closed it because they opened the bigger one down the road. He drives a mile to get his coffee twice in the morning.
Yeah.
Whether it's raining, snowing, he pulls out of the garage, down the driveway he goes and gets his coffee.
Well, whatever her name is, she's pretty good if he's going in the snow.
The small Wawa.
All right. Carol, thank you. That's funny. Some guys are that dedicated. Thank you. All right, now everybody wants to talk about the earthquake.
Good.
So Terry is in Phillipsburg, which is north of here, about 35 miles. It's funny, Judy, I watched you get upset while I was feeling it here. So we're 60 miles apart?
Well, I actually lost some things off my shelves.
Wow.
Granted, my shelves are not
secure.
They're kind of just like leaning on each other. They're not put up well.
Right.
But some things started to fall off the shelves.
Terry, hi.
Yeah, I'm calling just because I'm in Phillipsburg and we just felt it here.
All right, any damage?
No, not that I could tell.
It seemed to last about 3 seconds, and it was pretty mild, but you could definitely feel everything shaking.
It was longer here. I actually started counting. It was more like 12 seconds here.
Oh, God, no. I didn't think it was that long here. Wow. All right, Terry, thank you. You might be closer to the
Yeah, it felt like...
epicenter.
I mean, it was like 5 seconds.
Okay.
Maybe 10 seconds. No, it was 10 seconds.
10 seconds. I'm saying 3 to 5.
Beginning to... There was a moment then when, I don't know if you saw me, but I went to put my hands up to hold the shelves up. Because I'm like, crap's falling.
Jim in Westmont. Jim, can you confirm feeling an earthquake or no?
Absolutely, Dennis. When you just came back from commercial and you said, "Oh, did you feel the earthquake?" I'm sitting in my minivan at a stoplight, and it started rocking. And I'm looking at, like, there's a tree next to it, and I'm thinking, oh, man, the wind is really kicking up here. What's going on?
That's what I thought.
And there's nothing on the branches are not moving. I'm like, they're moving a tiny bit, but nothing major. I'm like, holy geez, was that an earthquake? Now, I was actually in two. I was in one in California many years ago. But I guess about 15 years ago, there was one in Philadelphia when I was at Children's Hospital. My machine that I was fixing started moving. And I'm thinking somebody's bumping into it, and I looked over and there was nobody there. I'm like, what the heck was? And then somebody said, wait, that was an earthquake. So
just because I have you on the line here, Jim, and I think it's interesting to talk to people who are embedded, as they say. These are our WhatsApp comments. Felt in Florence, Middletown, New Jersey, Buckingham, PA, Scotch Plains, just felt it, 6 seconds, Middlesex Borough, Jackson, Farmingdale,
Jim,
Terry Hill.
are you in Westmont, Jim?
No. Actually, I'm at Woodcrest Station at
Cherry
the high-speed line station.
Cherry Hill as well.
So that's really far down there, then.
Yeah. All right.
Fort
Thank you, Jim.
Redding.
Stay well. I'm sorry we got to move on, but thank you.
Medford Lake felt it big time. Tom's River, my whole house shook. Bedminster, Greenbrook, Linden, light earthquake.
That's the okay. So Linden may be the northern edge of it.
Sucasana.
That's up. Yeah, that's up there. That's even further north than Linden.
Right?
Or I think we're parallel.
I thought I was crazy. But again, you don't remember. Oh, you must not have felt. Okay, you were in Trenton.
Right.
I was in Ocean Township. My microphone was hanging from the wall, and it started swaying. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And what's his name with the long hair? Why am I forgetting his name?
Tom McNally.
No, the musician.
Greg Allman. I don't.
Greg Allman ran. That's
The musician with long hair. What do you?
Our coworker that does the hikes now.
Oh,
And
Tom
I feel
Stark.
Terrible. Tom Stark. I said, Tom, you're like trembling, like no. Ran in and said, it's an earthquake, and I was like, okay,
He's a musician.
thank you.
I didn't know he was a musician.
Yeah, he has a band.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, a bunch of people from all over want to talk about the earthquake where they were. Hang on, your call coming up, 1-800-283-101.5. It's 10:30.
Now the latest New Jersey news from NJ1015.com. And yes, breaking news this hour. It appears it was an earthquake felt from nearly all corners of the state, top to bottom. The U.S. Geological Survey hasn't put any details out or offered any confirmation, but we're hearing things like my whole house shook, I heard a boom, and it's coming from all the way up north, all the way down south, and from the Delaware to the Atlantic shores. All of the latest information coming up, and of course, Dennis and Judy are talking to you about it on New Jersey 101.5.
Right now in Princeton, we've got 43, Cherry Hill 45, Phillipsburg 40, close to the epicenter of the earthquake. We had a call from there, and she said felt lasted like.
I think your brake lights are out.
Weather made possible by the
Yeah, because when you came to a stop, I didn't see them come on.
breakfast
So.
specials. 6
All right, yes, sir.
a.m. to
Yep.
11 a.m. starting at $6.29. It's a bargain, and it's delicious. Hearty, all-American breakfast at a price you can't beat. Start your day off right online at ewingdiner.com. Dennis and Judy show. Apparently we had an earthquake around 10:25 this morning, and according to the U.S. Geological Survey, 4.5. I'm getting a reading here that said 4.8. Centered in Lebanon, New Jersey, and Eric Scott tells us that is close to Amapo fault line.
Okay, can I, having grown up in San Francisco, I will tell you,
Yeah.
I've experienced a couple small ones like that.
Oh, wow.
And in Mexico, I once
Kansas
felt
City, Southern
about
Oklahoma.
that.
Nice.
The same way I just did. But, you know, growing up in San Francisco, my fear was always another big one. And so now, even though what I felt was over, you know, you're like, okay, are we going to feel now aftershocks? Or is this it? You
There's
know?
a signal, Dumbo.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I wish I asked Eric that, like, because he knows everything. Like, are we going to feel it now again later, or is that ever a prelude to a bigger one? These things I would like to know. Hackettstown's pretty high up, and a few people said not only shaking, but the loud noise. And I'm interested in hearing, what is that?
The loud
What
noise?
is the loud noise? Is that like the sound of like the... Hold on.
The earthquake near New York City has a preliminary magnitude of 4.8, epicenter near Lebanon, New Jersey. And we have a lot of Hunterdon County listeners. We're going to see if anybody is in that zone on the board. We have a lot of people on the board who want to jump in, so let's start taking calls. Jonathan in Red Bank was initially calling about coffee. John, did you feel it in Red Bank?
I'm actually listening on the app. I'm on my way down to Virginia to visit some schools with my daughter.
Oh, where are you?
I'm in Maryland right now, but I'm heading to Virginia.
Did you feel anything?
Cool. we felt nothing in Maryland. No, I'm not driving.
All right. Okay, thank you, John. We got to move on, but thank you so much for the call. Prophet is calling from Old Bridge. Prophet, hi.
Hi. I'm in Mattawan. And, yeah, I felt it. It was a good 30, 35 seconds. And I was like, my exact words were, what the hell? I'm not in California anymore.
You're from there?
No, I was stationed in San Francisco on the Coral Sea, and I was stationed in San Diego, and we had one in boot camp, and we had one when I was in San Francisco. Then I just just started walking, and the ground started shaking. I was like, what the hell? We got an earthquake here in Jersey?
Yeah, that's...
And the dogs were going crazy because we were walking with dogs. All the dogs started jumping around going crazy, and I was like,
An earthquake!
some people were like surprised. One woman started crying.
Hold on to your butts!
It's not Armageddon. Yeah, I told her it's not Armageddon. It was an older woman. I said, it's not Armageddon. It's all okay. You were fine? She was, I'm fine. Oh my God, the ground shook. I said, yeah, that's how it feels.
Imagine what ancient peoples would have thought. You know, the area where my grandparents are from, very, 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 very prone to earthquakes. Matter of fact, destroyed the city where my grandmother was from in Messina, 1910, I think, when they left. In one city I went to, it happened in 1968, and they left the place completely as it was the day it happened because of all the property disputes and all that stuff.
Right.
And they lived outside I talked to one of the older people there, and lived outside for a day because they were afraid to go back in their house and get crushed. Prophet, thank you for the call. But today we have Reston, Virginia is the home of the U.S. Geological Survey, and they're putting out that it's a 4.8, I think, now.
So if it was a 4.8 and the center of it was, you said, in like Hunterdon County?
Lebanon Township, yes.
So then you would still, because my kids in Brooklyn felt it.
Yep.
And somebody wrote here, they felt it in Long Island. So I'm just wondering, like, if the center is Hunterdon, then we already see the radius is like miles.
Yeah.
Could it be? But then
That guy in Maryland, he didn't feel it in Maryland.
Didn't feel it, right? So I'm wondering, like, does it go by radius? Does it go by how far away you are from it?
Well, in Charlotte, North Carolina, they didn't feel it, but my son Greg just texted in. Wild to hear that live. You could hear all of Judy's stuff shaking.
I'm so glad he's saying that because I saw the thing start to skitter off of the shelves. It was mostly papers that were flying off.
And that's nothing unusual for Judy.
For me, yeah, right, exactly. But I mean, when this started shaking, this I heard, and it's right up against my microphone. And then this was about to fall down, but I held my shelf.
See, a lot of our listeners were feeling the same thing at the same time, so that noise made no impact. But he being so far away and feeling nothing, that noise made an impact.
I want that noise. Can we get Kyle to isolate those 30 seconds or whatever it was? Because I want to hear that.
Sure. All right.
I want to hear what people were hearing. Jen, you don't understand. My mic is on this metal. Listen. Okay?
Yeah.
The cheap mic stand. It's connected to my shelf. If anything shakes in my house, it's going to sound like this, which is a horrible thing.
Well, Garrett, our friend Garrett, is in the fire service, and he said calls are coming in for fire departments to respond to check building integrity. Yeah, I can imagine.
Oh, but what do you do? Check every single building?
Schools, big buildings, gas line, places that have, are vulnerable to a gas line break or something.
But what happened? People, please, if you remember when this happened in 2011, I think it was, or 12, did they go crazy like this? Did they check every single building?
Do you remember what building was cracked in 2011? The Washington Monument. They had to close that, refuse and repair it.
What?
Yeah, the Washington Monument.
Remember that.
You know, I think also the Liberty Zone too is suffered a small crack now.
Don't be ridiculous. All right, Kate is calling from Manville. Hello, Kate.
How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Oh my God, it was the weirdest thing I've ever felt in my life.
Another westbound.
We didn't get the noise then, but a lot of people got this.
Did you hear a booming noise, Kate, or rumbling?
Severe crossing there.
No booming, nothing like that. I was in my room,
but in memory.
and the lamppost on the nightstand started shaking.
Yeah, it's had this one.
violently.
The oil tanker is usually out of the SWAT.
I guess we're like somewhat close to Hunterdon, so it was very strong where we were.
Very good.
Well, you know, here it says, thank you so much for calling, Kate. We want to get to all these
No
calls.
left turn.
We have someone else
Christina says,
from Hunterdon
I-
County.
I also just want to say that the sound was likened to a bunch of 18-wheelers getting onto the entrance ramp.
Wow.
Like, that's how loud it was. It was roaring.
Laura, in Hunterdon County, are you close to Lebanon Township, Laura?
I sure am. I'm like 10 minutes away. It scared the bejesus out of me, really.
How long did it last? What did you feel? What were you doing?
I'd say like I was just sitting down having a cup of coffee, and all of a sudden the whole house started to shake, and my dog went nuts. And it lasted about 30 seconds. I'm still shaking.
You know, that's funny.
I'm kind of shaky, too.
Relatively
I'm not
short.
gonna lie.
Yeah, Laura, thank you. Stay well. I want to hear from people that have pets. Did your pets do anything weird right before it? Because, you know, before a tsunami or before an earthquake,
I know.
animals start acting weird.
Oh, right. And now you can look back. Oh, that's why he was running in circles and squealing.
Right.
But then I was wondering how far west it went. Ambler, PA
Poconos.
is so far the most western. we've heard.
West and south, because
Makes you wonder
the
how
Poconos are
how
kind of in
packed
line
the oil
with
was going to
Hunterdon,
be.
and they
Right,
felt it in the
right.
Poconos, but Ambler's further south. All right, we've got a lot of people who want to jump in. We'll take your call, 1044. Fast traffic, and your call coming up. Don't go away.